Yazza, I still hate water. This past summer, I returned back to Sudan after 12 years of being gone. After 12 years of trying to figure out where I belong. After 12 years of trying to hold on to my motherland, to my Arabic tongue, my culture, and what I remember of Sudan. Trying to hold on to the slowly dissipating memories of home. I didn't know what to expect. Didn't know if my family would accept or reject me. Didn't know if I was still Sudanese enough.
Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, on our way to catch the St. Kane show. I'm here in New York and my brother's putting on the show, so I gotta catch him live. We got a big show tomorrow, and it's something special because I think it's the first time a bunch of us Sudanese artists actually gathered together in the same city and did something like this. Shout out to Khalid Al-Bey, much love, he put it together. And it's to raise awareness and also to raise funds for Sudanese artists back home, and at the same time, it's Khalid's book launch here in the US. So we're gonna perform, I'm performing, St. Kane is performing. So many people gonna be on stage. It's much different where I come from in the Midwest. It tends to be very quiet, but here, you walk up and down the streets, there's always something going on as you can hear in the background, you know what I mean? So, it's very lively, kind of reminds me of back home.
When people ask you where is home, what do you say?
That's a difficult question, man, because it's like 4 or 5 different places come to mind and you don't know which one. Home for me, obviously, like, I'm Sudanese because that's the way I was raised, even though I wasn't raised in Sudan. So it's like being born in Egypt, families from Sudan, growing up in the US. It gets a little complicated, but all those places are home to me. You know what I mean? One of them is not more special than the other. So it all depends on who's asking the question, really. I love it. I love it. Baby, baby, won't you take me to that place? Cartoons in the night. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait. Yeah, sorry, I want to feel it in my body. Feel it in my body, yeah. Feel it in my veins. Oh, I feel it in my body. Feel it in my body, yeah.
كنا من يظن أن السودان هيلحق بالدول اللي انهارت للسودان يا جماعة. نعم، كان مواطني خرطوم لكن بيمثلوا كل السودان، والتحية للشعب السوداني. ونأكد له مرة ثانية، نحن خدام الشعب، نحن حراس الشعب، نحن حماة الشعب، نحن حماة ممتلكاته، ما هنفرط فيها. الله أكبر، الله أكبر، الله أكبر، الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، ولا نعبد إلا إياه، ولا نعبد إلا إياه.
عاين الشعب ديل ما شاء الله كيف جاي وبيغادي هناك.
نحن الشرعية الثورية، نحن الثوار، نحن الصبيناه وحنظل صابيننا إلى أن تتحقق كل أمانينا وكل أحلامنا. السودان اللي نحن بنحلم به، السودان الما زي السودان الزمان، السودان الما فيه الرشاوي ولا في ارتزاق ولا في حرب بأهلية.
The Transitional Military Council came into these sit-ins and massacred people, initially stating 100 or so people dying, but the death toll is much higher than that. So they disbanded this peaceful protest. The people of Sudan always had a peaceful protest. And then on top of that, they instigated an internet blackout. So if you know anyone who's Sudanese, who's outside of Sudan, they couldn't communicate with their family for the entire month of June. My family and friends in Sudan are sacrificing every day. The least that I can do is talk about it and say something to you guys and give you the opportunity to go on the internet and to check this stuff out. With that said, this next song is dedicated to my Sudanese people. I think of all the people I keep inside me, the ones who came before and fell underneath, the ones I know who watch over me. I think of all the people here on
Hello?
my journey.
يا فردة انت كيفك؟ نحن هسي طلعنا من الاستوديو لكن راجعين تاني قريبين منه شديد بس مشينا ناكل كده وحنرجع تاني. It's my first time at the space. It's going to be very intimate, close-knit type of environment. A lot of my songs are going to be emotional.
So how does it change your performance? Are you considering different things?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Before I saw it, I had a different approach to my performance, but now I'm switching it up a little bit. I think I'm gonna go for more of a spoken word type of vibe, more poetic and less background music.
Yeah, Sudan. Yeah, Sudan. Yeah, Sudan. Yeah, Sudan.
I was just in Baltimore. Okay.
Oh my god! That's literally the other like 10 minutes away.
So where were you guys when you heard that Bashir fell? What were you doing? How'd you feel? Like if you remember that time and place.
Yeah, I woke up like 5 in the morning and like all these messages and I ran downstairs and like you know how everybody was like sleep like they stayed up all night.
Yeah.
I woke up and my grandmas were just like sitting there. I'm like, what are you doing this song? Like, what are you on? They're like, and I was just like, bruh. I like went back to sleep. So I was like, do I take the day off tomorrow? Like, this is the holiday.
So we're all free then, right?
I was actually in the library. I was studying for an exam. And I was taking a break and I was like checking Twitter and like studying and going back and forth and listening to music. And I'm on WhatsApp like talking to my cousin and stuff. And I'm like, is it true? Like he's out, he's out. And then like it finally came out on Twitter that he was actually out. And when I tell you, I was like screaming, running around. Everyone was just looking at me like, are you okay? Like, are you good?
And my dad was like, wow, that's crazy. He was like, I can't believe I'm alive for this moment. Wow. He was like, Ahmed al-Bashir stole 30 years from us, Khadija. And he had this conversation with me. He was like, I'm really thinking about going back to Sudan now, you know, because like now we can reclaim it. We can reclaim that time he stole from us.
Well, first of all, my dad was a politician in Sudan, and he was a journalist as well. And one of the reasons why we live in the United States is because he wrote actively against the government in the 70s and in the 80s. And when we moved to the United States and my dad was exiled, I remember he became this really calm person, and he was always opinionated, but it subsided. And I remember asking him, like in the 90s, I was like, why aren't you so hardcore anymore? How come you don't, speak passionately about stuff? And he's like, I don't want to put myself in a noose. And I was like, okay, I see the effects of being exiled on my father and our family. And a couple of years ago, he started writing again. Wow. And it was the same kind of like cutthroat, heavy-handed political commentary. And that's when I realized something was going on a couple of years ago. And in December, when the events at Diaspora happened, I called my dad, and he's like, something's different. And that's when it really started hitting me.
This conversation in general is a testament to why this has occurred in the first place. Every single one of us is in this room in America for very, very similar reasons. So to say that this started in December, when all of us are either born or living outside for that exact same reason.
Through the revolution and after, how did that change your daily lives? Like how you operated, even within social media? How did the revolution affect?
Oh my gosh, I felt like I was tied to my phone all day, at home, at work, and like I would hit points where I would be so burnt out where my phone would just be like anxiety. If I just look at it, I feel triggered, I feel upset.
A lot of things that I used to focus on or care about went out the window because every day I would wake up and have to look and see if any of the martyrs were my relatives. So that changes everything. Like it changed the importance of social media for starters. Like now I was no longer posting, stop hating on the New York Knicks. Now I'm like, yo, there's some, this is nothing we've seen before. Like I'd come home, visit my parents, and I see my mother on Facebook crying.
There was a period where my cousin, we didn't know where he was. And it was the day of the massacre, and we were shook. And it was to the point everybody was texting and calling each other. And then I remember, like, I muted the group chats because I was like, I was at work. I was like, I can't find out my cousin is dead or in jail over a text message, because I knew that's what everyone would do, like would share it. So what I did is I muted myself in the group chat. And then what I also did was, because I remember I told my aunt, I was like, do you want me to post his picture to see where he's at? Like, like to get the word out. And then she said to me, Badaat, are you going to be okay with the response? Are you going to be able to take it if someone responds and tells you where he is?
I got obsessed with my phone. I was very happy to give away my energy because I was so obsessed. It's like watching a car accident. You can't look away because you know that something monumental is happening. At the same time, you know that any little thing can just set it off.
And it's like a conflict within myself. I kind of like felt guilty not posting or posting anything non-Sudan related. It became very difficult, like even if it's something serious to me but not related to Sudan, I felt guilty uploading anything or saying anything on social media not related to that.
If you're trying to like reach everyone, sometimes you have to reach them with showing them yourself as a three-dimensional person. It's like, I'm upset about this, but also there's this side of me and that side of me.
And at the same time, life is still going on. You can't just put a pause on every other aspect of your life.
We think about what's happening in Sudan, and that Sudan can be a change of what's happening right now in the world. Thank you all very much, Mokher, Araki, Ahmed Hamid, Rami Daoud, and every Sudanese artist that I asked to come and join and do something. They did, and they did it free, and they did it in a second. And I really appreciate it. Please, let's just listen and نتونس بعد شوية يا جماعة. ما تاخذوا جمال قدام الخواجات يعني.
I think I've always had an issue with identity and duality. Growing up in the United States and not around people who are Sudanese made me really confused. And I mean, my entire story as an artist is based around that thing. And after everything happened in December, I seemed to feel like I had this new purpose for what I needed to do with my art and with myself. And I felt connected to my Sudanese identity in a way that I couldn't connect with it previously. There's no one kind of Sudan. Sudan historically is a land of difference. It's a land of people from all over the place, a lot of different languages, different religions, different cultures, different ethnicities, and it's a beautiful place. And these people have coexisted with one another for centuries. As we see a new Sudan emerging in the wake of these terrible situations, we're realizing that we're seeing a new identity form, and we're redefining what it is to be Sudanese. And every Sudanese person in this room is redefining what it means to be Sudanese. I think of all the people here on my journey, how they help bring out new parts of me when I accept my duality. Cause if I ascribe to formality, she'll lead me astray from my chosen path, from where it began in Omdurman. Ya Sudan, Ya Sudan, Ya Sudan, Ya Sudan.
Shout out to Black Panther for making African school again. Shout out to Black Panther. I'm kind of upset about what's going on right now with Africans being cool again, because the African accent is all of a sudden sexy again. And I'm mad because I used to have the African accent, I don't anymore.
On my land, we pray 5 times a day. Hope famine ain't here to stay. And still say alhamdulillah when things don't go our way. Man, everybody felt so helpless. The whole diaspora felt so helpless outside, not being able to do anything.
I just felt kind of guilty being in America and not there. And it's a sense of guilt that we probably all feel, that like, I'm here just behind my TV screen or my phone screen, but these people are actually putting their lives on the line.
I thought to myself, these people have nothing to lose. None of us have anything to lose, and they're just going for it. So I can say whatever I want. And then my cousin got pretty banged up by the NISS, and Rami's cousin was killed. And when I saw all of that happening, I was like, there's no time to hold back at this point. We gotta say what we gotta say, we gotta tell everyone, we gotta be pretty honest, because everyone is mad, everyone's upset. You know, this is 30 plus years of just tyranny.
Yeah, so did you feel like obviously a certain amount of guilt, and do you feel like it's your duty as an artist to speak out on what's going on?
If there was any guilt that I felt, it was the fact that I was in a privileged situation where I could say something and no one was going to come to my door and slaughter me and my family, But I felt like Ahmed was saying, I felt like what I'm doing is giving inspiration to people in Sudan. They're saying the world is watching, and other people like me who do have this privilege are doing something. They're informing people.
Sometimes we're out here and we get so frustrated that we try to give direction, and I feel like that's where we have to draw the line. Like, we're all free to give our opinion, but I don't think we're in a position to give direction to people on the ground.
Absolutely.
We're not facing bullets.
There's a guilt in my.
You know what I mean? We're in the studio recording. We're not facing live bullets.
I feel that I have to be extremely calculated in what to say and what not to say. The larger the platform, the larger the target on your head. My dad's a horse merchant back in Sudan. He has a bunch of horses, and if anyone knows in Khartoum, the racetrack is where a lot of really, really wealthy people congregate, from politicians to corporations, etc. My dad's got award-winning horses in the mix, and he knows all of them. My dad's a common working man, made his money in America, went back there, got into horses because his father was into horses, and then he finds himself alongside in photographs with the enemies and the allies, because they all share this love for horses. I had a fear of speaking out and putting my father's life in jeopardy for him being threatened in order to suppress me getting my music out or my words out. And this is a very realistic fear that the more I spoke out publicly, the more I'm putting my father's life in jeopardy. So I have a national ID card, but I don't have a Sudanese passport now. Last time I went to the DC embassy was the first time it took me more than 5 minutes to get my visa paperwork. Because they had a series of questions about my intent on what I would be doing when I went back to Sudan. And that was very off-putting for me, because I've been going since I was 6 years old, and I've never had any questions. It's just stamp, go.
We landed in the airport in Khartoum. I rushed to the line that says citizens, my eyes glistening with tears of joy that I'm finally back home. Or what I thought is home, back to where I was born. And when I got to the counter, I was encountered by an immediate letter of rejection. He asked to see my Sudanese passport to prove my identity. And it didn't dawn on me that my passport was no longer green. Instead, it was navy blue, and stamped on it is American Dream. He looked at me and said, "This isn't the line where you belong." He then pointed to the line with a sign above it that said, "Foreigners." I wanted to scream, "No, you're wrong. In America, I also don't belong. So where am I supposed to go when in both lands I can't claim home?" I rushed to the citizen line, right? You know what I mean? I was like, "I'm a Sudanian, right?" I went to the line, and then the guy at the counter, he was like, "Okay, can I see your Sudanese passport?" I was like, "Huh?" I was born in Sudan.
I'm an artist that works on the internet. So for me, I never had borders. I never believed in borders. I always believed that we all understand the same things. You know, it doesn't matter where you are. We're the diaspora community. You know, we're the second generation of being outside of Sudan, but we're still there. Yani we're there. I think this really shows the diversity of Sudan. And this is really what I wanted to do. You know, I wanted to reach out to as many artists as possible and say that we're here, let's do something, let's tell the world about who we are.
And he happened to get shot and killed. So I wrote this song, not just for my cousin, but for Kulla Shuhada, all the martyrs. Breakfast is tear gas and burnt tires here. Digging in your flesh, bullets from the liar's head. You put your fist in the air and walk through the fire here. 30 minutes later, your life will expire here. Promise you'll come back to me safe, your mama said. That's when you gon' feel the hollow tip drill in your head. You'll be sorry that you left her message on red. Before you could reply, they gon' shoot you dead. Last week, my neighbor's kid went to play in the street. My sister went to play outside. We saw her braided hair fall on the street. I'm trying not to tear up, so just give me 1 second. Last week, my neighbor's kid went to play outside. Sharp teeth bullets would seek while he would hide. One bullet bit him on the neck, the other on the side. Now he's fast asleep on his last ride. Oh, the tears dripping down my face, probably Just imagine waking up and the first thing you see is your brother's soul leaving his body. نطلع في الشارع وأمهاتنا شايلين هم تشتري روح الشهيد بكم. الشوارع عبارة عن سيول دم لم نخاف من سلاح لجهاز أمن. قلنا سلمية قطة قصاص ساي. قلنا سلمية قطة قصاص ساي. Choose an air like this. قلنا سلمية قطة قصاص ساي. نفطر بومبان ونتحلى برصاص حي. Thank you very much. I don't know who's next, but appreciate you.
حرية سلام وعدالة والثورة خيار الشعب. حرية سلام وعدالة والثورة
خيار الشعب. حرية سلام وعدالة والثورة خيار الشعب. حرية سلام وعدالة مدنية خيار الشعب. حرية سلام وعدالة مدنية خيار الشعب.
المسطرة انتهينات في عكبرة سقطوا الكيزان في السودان سقطوا الكيزان في خرطوفان سقطت بني علبة في خشم القربة سقطت بني علبة في خشم القربة سقط المغرور حين الدارفور سقط المغرور حين الدارفور أنا ليا مطالب جيبوا حكومة الحكم المدني جيبوا حكومة الحكم المدني دمر كوز القتل الصايم ودمر كوز القتل الصايم.
I was living for the chance. Like every single day, I'd be like, what did they make up on?
Yeah, exactly.
شالوا وداد وجابوا أماني زي ما سقطت تسقط تاني.
يا أم الصبا شفات جو بوليس جرا شفات جو بوليس جرا كنداك جات بوليس جرا كنداك جات بوليس جرا شارينا دا فوق الشرع شارينا دا فوق الشرع يا المجلس هوي ما بتقدرها يا المجلس هوي ما بتقدرها.
It's just energetic, you know, because you say something and people say it with you, you know. So kandakaja, bolis jara, kandakaja. It's like everybody's going crazy, you know.
Allah sigwalla, willing. Allah sigwalla, willing. Kandaka zagrat, killing. Kandaka zagrat, killing.
So askariya is like military. So military ruling, la. No. Civilian ruling, wait.
Dang it, man, I was about to book my flight. I wanted to go to Sudan this summer, and my parents wouldn't let me. I was like, guys, I need to be on the streets. You know, they'll be like, Khadija, you don't shut up. You'll be the first one.
Right. Look, they wouldn't let me either.
Like, we're not trying to have me killed, you know? I actually felt so energized because of this.
And I felt the same way. I felt like juice, like I had this like fire, like I just wanted to fight. Like even when I was in Sudan, I was there in December. Like when it started, I was like, let me get out in these protests, I want to be in the streets. Like I swear, I would try to sneak out, like you know what I mean? And people were like, no way. Like my whole family is like, chill. Because they know, like my mouth is too big. And look, it's us against like the world, you know, and we can handle it. And fearlessly and with no weapons and peacefully and just
it was peaceful. It was peaceful. Like MLK is smiling in his grave. Gandhi is high-fiving Mother Teresa. Like no blood was spilled. This people, even though they were shooting at us, but nobody picked up a gun and shot back.
The massacre that happened on the last day of Ramadan was just so shocking for
all
of us. Because we were like, yo, that never happens. Like
for Ramadan?
Come on, man. Like it's the same. And it's like the last day of Ramadan and in the most brutal ways. But like
they took away they stole the Grinch that stole Christmas.
I think one of the strongest shants are the ones for the martyrs, you know, and you know, may Allah bless them and grant them the highest ranks of Jannah. You know, they sacrificed a lot for the revolution. That's what really kept people going. So there was a chant like دم الشهيد ما راح لابسينه احنا وشعب. دم الشهيد ما راح لابسينه احنا وشعب. مكتوب عليه وعديد فليعطى الصفحة فليعطى الصفحة فليعطى الصفحة. Blood of the martyr It's not going to waste. It's around our necks, you know? It's like a scarf around our necks.
ثورة شهداءنا ما ماتوا ثورة شهداءنا ما ماتوا ثورة عايشين مع السودان.
We have to discuss the fact that all this atrocities Khartoum is seeing now, this was the normal life for people in Darfur. How come we didn't turn our pictures blue for them for all these years? So imagine what they're going through now. They're like, man, all these people in the capital city or northerners or whatever, everybody's showing them love and they're getting all this support from all over the world. What happened to us? Are we not Sudanese? Is what acceptable to be Sudanese?
I would always bring up Darfur. Like, this is only a splash of what happened in Darfur in South Sudan and the Blue Nile. Like, this is just
tiny.
Darfur's still happening. Exactly, Darfur's still happening.
Yeah.
So it was just crazy that people were kind of surprised that it's happening.
I have a connection with Darfur. I'm from Darfur. I'm from Niala. And so, yeah, so like every time, like I was saying, like there's always a riot. And so like, I'm also angry. Like I'm very angry, especially with everything that's happening because you're talking about like, oh, we didn't believe you. Why would we make this up? I don't think people understand like what people went through. Like I only saw a glimpse of what was going on. So what happened June 3rd, yes, it was devastating, but nothing compared to what people in Darfur went through. Like before you guys knew them as the Rapid Support Forces, they were Janjaweed. Before they were Janjaweed, they were Toroboro to us. So like don't try to change your names because it's the same exact people who have been like terrorizing Darfur, raping the women, burning the villages. Do you guys know what it's like to see a village burn? Like 2007, I was in Sudan. I was going from Kas to Niala. My dad's from Kas, my mom's from Niala. And we were outside the town Bulbul. And so during the time, the government is providing weapons and bombs to the Janjaweed. So basically, they bombed the village from top and they cornered them. They did a little triangle. And I was 12 during the time. Do you know what it's like to see like blood people on the bus just like bleeding and women taking what's left of their home and walking back to Niala? Like it's not a walk in the park. The June 3rd massacre, I was just like, this is just the same thing happening over and over and over again. And it's just like, do we matter now? Do we matter? Because the one thing that unifies us now is pain. Because Darfur went through it, South Kordofan went through it, the Nuba Mountains went through it, and now it touched down Khartoum, and that is why we are unified. And you guys are saying Kul al-Balad Darfur, but do you truly know the meaning of it? Do you truly know the meaning?
I want to apologize to you.
Yeah, same.
Because when I was here many years ago with my family, there was a rally that was done. And it was speaking about the problems that are happening in Darfur. And of course, a lot of Americans would come and ask questions. What's happening in Darfur? Is it really that bad? And my family would deny it. You know what I mean? Like legitimately deny it. They'd be like, "What you talking about? Oh, it's just the media. It's George Clooney trying to get press." They would completely deny it, and it was just like a state of denial. You know what I mean? Like we didn't want to believe anything bad about Sudan. We didn't want to believe that it was happening because it's just such an ugly truth to face. And in Khartoum, the seat of power, everybody was denying it because people did not care about Darfur. They didn't give a teat. So I just want to apologize because I played a part in that. I would be asked by non-Sudanese people and I'd be like, no, they're just hyping it up. It's the media, it's propaganda, blah, 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 blah. Can I give you a hug? I'm really sorry. Sorry.
Memories immediately flooded back to that one time when I was 6 years old and when my cousin suggested we go on a swim in the body of water that gave birth to us. I remember darkness all around me when my foot slipped and I fell underneath, struggling to breathe, gasping for air, hoping someone hears my silent screams.
يا سلام
انفر يا سجوال يا سجوال
As to this one, the one who just met a legend.
Percy Miller, Master P. I went in the elevator. I didn't even say hi to him. I was just standing there.
Yeah, I'll be him.
Yeah, and I was just standing like this, minding my business.
And he actually.
And then this dude who's supposed to be like a megastar. What did he say? What did he say to me?
Nice to meet you.
I was like, oh, okay, bro. And then I had to leave him though. He was asking too many questions about my mixtape. I had to leave him and go leave.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Get back to you later. My people will get back to
Denver.
you.
Colorado.
Sapa.
Just incredible Sudanese talent.
Yeah.
People that we've been following online for so many years, and it's like you finally get to meet them.
Exactly.
Amazing spoken word by this lady right here.
How do you prepare yourself for what you're sharing?
I just feel out the crowd. I enjoy myself. I get off the energy of the crowd, honestly. It's all about what they're feeling, and I know the words resonate with them because the poems I'm going to be doing are going to be about Sudan, so I'm like super excited. So yeah. But yeah, so I honestly do not know which poems I'm performing. I usually feel out the crowd and then I choose.
It's titled Seeds of the Revolution, and it's dedicated to all the martyrs of the revolution. Their sacrifices will never be erased. Our children will know their names and stories and grave them into the walls and in the textbooks by all the greats.
We got to see Faisal Goes West, my first time ever.
This film, we shot it in 2012, and it's been played in several countries all over the world. It actually opened up the first ever Sudan Independent Film Festival in Khartoum in 2014.
Yeah, so tomorrow night, performances. I'm performing Kane. He's here getting his...
He's checking in right now.
He's checking in right now. He's performing. #1 female artist in all of Denver right here.
What's up, y'all? I'm so excited. Gonna perform alongside these amazing artists. This is an incredible event.
Do you have plans this time for music versus a cappella? What's the plan this time?
This one's gonna be all-out concert. I'm gonna do a little bit of incorporate some spoken word in there, but it's gonna be hype. It's gonna be beautiful. Having a good time, enjoying myself on stage. Anybody else?
Ready?
So mountains or protests?
Mountains. إيهاب.
والله يا مان الناس دي دايرة تمشي راكي mountains وانا داير اصبها واحنا صابنا يا مان I'm trying to convince them to go to the protest.
كلامنا كيف لكن؟
يا مان والله الناس دي ما اعرف لكن لازم نوريهم نقول لهم سقطت ما سقطت صابنا.
هم جو هنا لشنو اصلا؟
هاي جايين يعملوا حركات في دنفر وبتاع.
Like you said. Retweet. So you're not going to mountains now? You're not going to go hike now?
Wait, what did he say? That's the first song I ever did.
Never stop until I'm in position to make sure it's food on the plate of every nigga that I sit with. But by God, I'm a prosper. And by God, me by God, I'm gonna reach the top.
But I don't know, the writing process is weird. I feel like it's always different.
Yeah, after the song.
Oh, this is you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Zainab, I love this song.
Oh, that's the one you...
I came up with the hook in the shower. I was just singing one day, and like the acoustics are bomb in the bathroom.
This is what the game's missing. We need more like this.
He's fire.
I never panic, bro. Hardly ever manic, bro. Shit Marley once told me, man, that shit out, lil' bro. I never panic, bro. Hardly ever manic, bro. And ever since I've been building my own lane and kicking down those. Listen, never was affiliated, not my lifestyle, bro. But I shared a couple of jokes with a couple of bees and a couple of lows. I see a couple of niggas hating from a distance on the low. A couple of niggas feel threatened by my existence on the low. I don't know where I'm not wanted. We keeping it sincere, bro. Reason y'all ignoring me, y'all ain't brave enough to tell me no. When it come to raw energy, admit it, ain't nobody more realer. When these little niggas was little niggas, I made the whole world feel.
You know who would kill this? Jesus.
Yeah? That's his vibes. That's definitely his vibes.
Where'd he go?
Yeah. That's definitely his vibe. He's right out there.
Hey.
Really? You stopped out?
People telling me I changed. Yeah. I've been the same since the first song dropped up way back. Yeah. People always skipping on the fact that I was keeping up with rappers now rock like ASAP. Yeah. I made it. I'm here now. My heroes, the peers now. Yeah. What about they songs? That's no help. I just be myself. Be on top of this business. Still say I'm honest. This love. It's awesome. Hey. Those screams are costing. Hey. This is my shit. They would want to be the played in the games, but still I paused.
Opinion. Sudan should pull out of the Arab League.
We are expecting the Arab world to be with us and they're not, you know what I mean? So like, I don't know, do you guys even like claim yourselves to be Arab?
Like identity-wise, we can't exclude being Arab. from the picture, because we have Arabs, we have Africans, you know, and we're a mixture. That's what makes Sudan Sudan. So you can't exclude the word Afro-Arab. I mean, that's what I identify
I feel like
as.
there's possibly a difference between being Arab and being someone who speaks Arabic. Because I think speaking a language, that doesn't necessarily mean you're from that heritage, right? From that background.
So what makes somebody Arab? Yeah.
What makes somebody black? Or
white? I don't know, bro.
Opinion. Sudan should not have a national language.
I don't agree with that. I think Arabic is you know, a root within the Sudanese culture, and when you start losing a culture, I think that dilutes the whole identity with, you know, identifying with that culture or identifying with that country, that nationality. So I think the language, the Arabic language, is part of the culture, and so I don't agree with that.
I think it's really important to understand and note that Sudan is a land made of people of difference.
Thanks.
There's a lot of different kinds of people, a lot of different cultures, a lot of different religions, and a lot of different languages that make up what Sudan truly is. I think what you're saying is what has happened to every other culture and every other religion and every other kind of person in Sudan. You know, you go to northern Sudan and you see that more than what you see in Khartoum, what you see in Kordofan, you know, even. And Arabic and what that represents in Sudan is something that's very new. It's not the only thing that makes up what Sudan is, you know? It's important to recognize everything else and give it as much power and as much substance as what Arabic and Islam have in Sudan. All of that got rid, you know? Rami will tell you himself, the Nubian culture in Sudan was banned. Look at everyone in this room, or look at everyone here. There are many different faces. There are many different like styles of people that exist, you know, and that shows you the difference of Sudan. You know, it's a very multicultural place. You know, it's a very diverse place.
If you look within your own household, I don't know about y'all, but everybody's a different shade.
Check them out. Jason, check them out. Check them out. Big Bull, check them out. Check them out. Boogie Boogie, check them out. Check them out. Check them out. Check them out. E-Hab, check them out. Check them out. You can measure it with doing times 5. Get some, get some, get some, get some, get some. You need to get up, get out, get some, get some, get some, get some. Get some. You need to get up, get out, get some, get some, get some, get some. Say some. Say some, say some, say some, say some.
Here's my introduction. The kid with throw flow with no interruption. I built a function, but not for a production line. I'm one of a kind. That's something you will find. Cause I'm blind to the rest of the game. Those obsessed with the fame. But I'm blessed to the game. So the rest of the game, do your thing. His name is the lyricist. Game plan is trauma for listening. And you heard some real shit right now. Get down to business and give it to your bro style. No foundation. I rest the station till those bastards face them on my tracks. Embrace them. Of how I'm acing tracks. I'm out amazing, praising. I be rising to the top, cause I put the days in. I'm not just hot, nigga, I'm blazing. Inspection while I flow to perfection, fuck a chorus. I wrote this section just to promote the reflection. You want the action?
Get some, get some, get some. Get some, get up, get out, get some. Get some, get some.
249. Wake up in the morning, write a name up in my notepad. I put it into existence, every fucking thing I dream about. I put it on my mother, I'ma blow and make the team hot. Dream about a day, I get $1 by the ink drop. But now my pocket's empty, probably except a pin drop in them. I could've stuffed a couple peas up in them. Look, couldn't let them fucking see me hot with them. Had his back though, couldn't let the fucking fiends fuck with them. That's some roll. Okay. Shit, come on. My whole motto is, if you ain't really happy, then the money gon' be useless. Nigga hit a Billy and he left a fucking blueprint. Fuck him doing sitting in an office with a suit then. I'd rather be a...
Get something, something. You need to get up, get out, get something.
First generation American, the American culture being, you know, the majority of what, you know, was my development. But in a household where I know a lot of us, most of us probably resonate with this, like our parents try to preserve that Sudanese culture and Sudanese traditions within the household. So Arabic is, the Arabic language is one of those like it's almost like a, what are they called? Like a not an heirloom, but like something that is indicative of the culture, like something that is a staple. Like I hold on to, like what my closeness to the culture comes from the Arabic language. Like a lot of it comes from the Arabic language.
You can be from Sudan and be multilingual.
Correct.
You know, if you grow up multilingual and understand it. And it's a shame. It's a shame that kind of pride to anything other than Arabic isn't there. You know, because of oppression, you know, that's happened within Sudan. All of those languages need to be given the same kind of power and the same kind of attention.
For the diaspora kids, it wasn't just the oppression that did it, I think it was survival.
Yes.
Because when I came to America at like 5, my parents forced English down on me because I was helping everyone with their resumes. I still am. Doing everyone's job applications, like going to the doctors and translating for everybody. So it's like I didn't even get a chance to learn Arabic as much as I could have, let alone my like tribal language. So that's like a bummer.
Do you feel that makes you less Sudanese because you don't speak Arabic or not
as well?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Do I feel less Sudanese?
Or do you feel left out? Or
yeah, I feel left out.
I don't think you should though.
But I'm literally left out. I'm literally left out.
When I start freestyling, the whole crowd be wildin'. All the way from LA to the New York Island, even in Denver, Colorado. I said I pull up with the Hummer, but she said she prefer that brother. Listen when I'm rhyming, everybody go crazy. Pay attention, you end up in detention. Now that's like even suspension all day long. Yep, I'm right, I'm never wrong. Even when I'm freestyling off the dome, shining like some chrome. Yeah, that's the best. Listen here, when I get down. Shout out to the cameraman, his name is Bentley Brown.
Hey, let's go, y'all. Let's go, y'all. Get some. I'm a trick, I'm a player. Fuck with me, you need a slayer. I got my own atmospheric layer that make the ladies want to interfere in this rap game. I'm a fan. I got the fucking I ain't hot though, I ain't the rapper though. Yo, you remember I was telling you guys, I was trying to persuade them to go to the protest. I know. Look where I'm at, bro. Like, you see me? How do you feel now? What's honestly, I'm enjoying the scenery. I'm enjoying the vibes. The energy's here. You know what I mean? So can't complain. I'm gonna motivate them. You feel me? I came here to be the catalyst to go back to the protest. You know what I mean? We run on Sudanese.
Okay.
I never in my life had someone make me feel short, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm 6'3", bro, 6'2" or some shit.
Yo, man,
and I feel short, bro.
Happens to the best of them, man.
I'm always the tallest guy in the room. Always. Look at this nigga.
I get left out of like the jokes, the history, the conversations, the politics, even poetry. I can't even appreciate the Arabic language poetry because it's completely different.
We're too American to be Sudanese, or too Sudanese to be American.
Right.
So like, if we want to try to be more Sudanese, we're kind of rejected because I don't speak Arabic super well. Like when I'm in Sudan, they call me an Amriki.
But I hate having to decide. Like, I'm either Sudanese or American. Like, I'm literally both. And I tried to explain to someone in Sudan, like, no, you can't be both. And I was like, but how? My parents are from Sudan and I was born here, so how is that not both? And we have so many identities, you know what I mean? There's so many intersectionalities in us as individuals, so trying to define, like, I'm just Sudanese, or it just doesn't seem, that's not in alignment with our reality, you know, because we are both, so I don't like to decide. If someone asks me, I'm both. I'm Sudanese, I'm American, I'm both equally. I'm both 100%.
So you feel like identity is subjective to the individual, like the individual determines their own identities and they can identify with whatever they want to identify with.
Right, and it doesn't have to be boxed in.
That's true for
I don't think it should be either or.
If it's true for them, then it's true.
Right. But so would it be okay, for instance, like you mentioned your brother is the one that doesn't speak Arabic. Would you, just any person, like he has the background in Sudanese, but he comes to America and he wants to be American. Is that like okay? To just claim America?
I think it comes down to how does he identify?
But can you just choose to identify something even if it's wrong?
Exactly. Can you be transracial?
What is wrong?
For example, like your brother's case.
Yeah, your brother.
He's Sudanese. He can't just. I don't think he can just say I'm American and not Sudanese.
Yeah.
Do you feel you have an obligation to go back to Sudan?
I just want to. I'm putting on a jalabia
Why?
because we have to go to this protest.
Oh, shit.
And there's khaltus and amus everywhere.
Okay.
And the shabab, and there's just too much. It's too much. Double life.
Are you?
Yes. The story of the song. Promise you guys will see. Transformation. Yeah.
Mission is complete.
Double life. You have it. Sudania.
سندس ويستبرق وانا دمي متفرق وانا دمي متفرق واقف وبتفرج ومجر عروس النين لابسه الرحب والحب مليان بخور ولبان ويزغرد النسوان ويزغرد النسوان ويزغرد النسوان يا عزة ضمي المية يا عزة
ولما طلبت سياسة بيتكبر عن الثمن كلهم بيحتاجوا لجيش جرار وحيث الجيش هذا الساحة شوف ومين هم هذا الشباب الثورة والثوار كل كمين وراه كمين
قاعدين وين يا سعد؟ قاعدين وين؟
دنفر كولورادو.
بدنفر كولورادو؟ ده شغل عرس ولا ده عرس ده؟
ده عرس السودان.
عرس السودان.
I feel amazing. Can't you tell?
Yeah. You look amazingly tired.
That's what happens at midnight when you've been running around.
It's at midnight right now.
Yeah, it's midnight.
What time was this program supposed to start?
It was supposed to end at midnight. So we're just now might get into.
We're running on Sudanese time. Okay. Okay.
في دنبر صف أم الصبا ثورتنا دي ما بتتكرر ثورتنا دي ما بتتكرر مدنية
Evaluate Rami's Tobe get up.
I mess with it after that conversation. How we're saying like Tobe is not representative of
the shoes
Sudan.
are her. That's my American side.
Oh, what?
Yeah, you know I have to.
goes west.
Multicultural.
It's Arabic and English.
Yeah.
Do you find that as a particular area of interest? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, but sometimes you don't want your audience to understand. I was talking to Kane earlier, and he was saying, you don't worry about your audience. You worry about your authentic self. So they understand it or they don't understand. It's not your responsibility. And I was just like, woo! Okay.
My body, my psyche, Amriki, Sudani. When I'm with you, the time's always fleeting. I can't deny you make me who I am. What growth means understanding.
struggle for the power. Revolution, what they calling it now. Chained to the same living ways, going crazy today. Feeling caged like a dog in a pound. Hey, sing, Sudani. Mia, Mia. Shia, Nina, yeah, Zaya, Zina. Sudani. Mia, Mia. Shia, Nina, yeah, Zaya, Zina.
Shout out to every single one of you in here.
You can tell from my voice right now, you see? Hey, that was lit.
ليلة سمحة مش؟
ليلة سمحة والله رقيس يا زول ربة من أمها يا صاحبي والله العظيم حاجة أصلية عادل.
This whole conversation brings us to, are we accepted as Sudanese? So what do you think?
What I've noticed is that the idea of what it is to be Sudanese has changed.
Beautiful.
And the acceptance of who it is that is Sudanese has changed. All of us did not grow up really in Sudan, you know? And it was very important for our parents to instill in us this identity that you are Sudanese. Regardless of what happens when you walk out of this door, you are Sudanese. So we lived a life of duality in our entire life. And it was, for me at least, it was really complicated and it was confusing. And I think since the revolution, all of that is starting to go out the window.
Yes.
I think that people are finally saying, you know what, it's cool if you are Sudanese and did not grow up in Sudan. It's cool if you don't practice Islam. It's cool if you, whatever sexual orientation you have, you know, you're still Sudanese. We're all Sudanese because we're all still, regardless of however we live our lives, we still are dealing with the oppression of being Sudanese, you know, and it's bringing us all together.
I wrote this next track. I'm gonna do it a cappella, without no music. If y'all don't know, in the very beginning of the revolution on January 9th, my cousin was actually killed out protesting, okay? He was shot twice in the back and later died that day. And so I wrote this song to honor him and to honor all the martyrs. كل شهدائنا الله يرحمهم. Breakfast is tear gas and burnt tires here. Digging in your flesh, bullets from the liar's hair. You put your fist in the air and walk through the fire here. 30 minutes later, your life will expire here.
You got it, man.
Let's go, make some noise for him. You got this, bro. You got this, bro. Rami, 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 Rami. Promise you'll come back to me safe, your mama said. Rami, 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 Rami. Yeah, everybody quiet down. Promise you'll come back to me safe, your mama said. That's when you're gonna feel the hollow tip drill in your head. You'll be sorry that you left her message on red. Before you could reply, they gon' shoot you dead. Last week, my neighbor's kid went to play outside. Sharp teeth bullets would seek while he would hide. One bullet bit him on the neck, the other on the side. Now he's fast asleep on his last ride. If you ever wonder why I act so weird, you killed my brother and forced me to watch him bleed. A bullet in your heart is all I need. I can imagine revenge would taste so sweet. Does the pain ever go away? Hardly. All the tears dripping down my face? Probably. Just imagine waking up and the first thing you see is your brother's soul leaving his body. نطلع في الشارع وأمهاتنا شايلين هم تشتري روح الشهيد بكم. الشوارع عبارة عن سيول دم. لا بنخاف من سلاح لا جهاز أمن. قلنا سلمية قطة قصاص زي. قلنا سلمية قطة قصاص زي. قلنا سلمية قطة قصاص زي. نفطر بومبان ونتحلى برصاص حي.
ثورة محجوب رسم خارطة ثورة راويها بدمه ثورة أثبت بإنه شريف ثورة كل الوطن همه ثورة شهدانا ما ماتوا ثورة عايشين مع السورة.
Just because I'm in between two bodies of water doesn't mean I can't have two shorts. And just because I'm in between American and Sudanese doesn't mean I'm not enough for both. Between chaos and peace, between Nubian mountains and the Statue of Liberty, between two cultures, two tides, between two mountains that slowly collide, between Arabic tongue and black skin, between Alif Bata and ABC, between black dress and white toe, between pizza and عصيدة بملاح رو, between لا كده عيب and no that's okay, between وضع علي and oh my god, between Wardi and Tupac, between WhatsApp calls and TV screens, between immigrant and citizen.
نتلاقى في الثورة شايلين هموم ديننا مسلم على وثني حلفاوي شركاوي ثورتنا منتصرة شهدانا ما ماتوا عايشين مع الثورة الماضي بالخاين حالفين نجيب الدار تظبط عقب نتلم نقتل على جروفنا تظبط عقب نتلم نقتل على جروفنا دربالنا كله عشم وصانا نفدي وطن ما يشوفوا يوم خوفنا يا ساير استنى يا ساير استنى انا خطوي ديما معاك ده شهيدنا صوته هنا ده شهيدنا صوته هنا في الجنة روح هناك قال لك اتأنى قال لك اتأنى اوعاك تمشي براك شهدانا ما ماتوا عايشين مع الثورة شهدانا ما ماتوا عايشين مع الثورة شهدانا ما ماتوا عايشين مع الثورة شهدانا ما ماتوا
Let me give you the Z. Actually, here go to play with the fool in the ash. Sudan, now that mean the land of the blacks. That mean the home of the greats. That mean I'm one of the greats. Hey, that shit ain't up for debate. People show love like it's low on the state. Fuck what is wrong and you made a mistake. I remember I used to go every summer. Cousins pile up in that extra. Used to go through 20 lepses from all the weddings and parties and Rexes. Niggas is talking about smoking me while you niggas is making me chuckle. And shorty's been bugging me all in my DM. I told him I need a conductor. Heal the community, usually form opportunity. Some of this new to you, none of it new to me. Ready to blow like I'm about to hit puberty. If it ain't unity, none of it cool. I've been a fiend to get back in the booth. Shout out the bars and big shout out the proof. Shout out the highs, what it do in the do. I got the juice, all lime. Ain't nothing sweet when it's wartime. Ain't no debating 249. Some of the greatest of all time. We going out like the Burj Khalifa. Someone should put this beat in a museum. Pack on my floor, put it back in the freezer. Hop out the whip while I scream underneath. See it.
What exactly is we talking about? 4th century with the aqueduct. Ottomans to the parliament, steady parting in till they thought was drought. Brain drain from the regime, we ain't take game, we just walked it out. Never run, let the bullets come, we gon' name names, shit, we call them out. Clever ones, governments try to meddle some. Wanna keep us down, but we your other son. Beaten to the ground, but we ain't never run. Then the pedal sprung, from the third. Shoulder shrug to a rosebud. From the hurricane and summer work. When you know love, you don't plunder worth. Let the streets flood like the rain season came too soon. With the blood of folks, and the women spoke, and it came reason in the true bloom when the mother soaked. Ideas, yeah, it's really, really live here. Oh, I see you try to buy fear. Familiar feeling when we cry tears. Guessing working, so your time near. This now, thought of overthrowing, this is how. Stand up to them sitting down, no retaliation, it's a strategy. Let the world witness all this savagery. Empty promises and they missing vows. Images of a living crowd. Let me see you try to dismiss it now.
اتضح اني مركت قايل ما في امل قمت شردت ظلمت الناس ظلمت نفسي معاهم لما خدوا العضه وانا حريتها الثوره قامت تاني ما في تراجع ناس في قلوبها شال سنين مواجع فضلت كان ظالم كت الناس كتار الله يقضي بشينا ما دارين دمار كان داكا وقفات سنداله شفاتي ورا الناس دي معنا الرجاله مش دايره كانوا بيقولوا عليهم عطاله يا عم قد خارج حالتك بطاله زمان قال انصار سنه اتضح انه انصار سنه لو كانت في يدك خليها ليك يا ما في زول داير جنه غشيتوا الناس بالمعارك السهله شوفوا ديلك صوفيه وعالم جاهله الجامع كله بيضحك عامل ظريف انت زيد في العواره برضه افكارك باطله اتكشفتوا فيكم ظاهره كذب كتير والناس عارفه الناس شايفه لكن صابره السلطه الرابعه ناس جدوم النايره قالوا ما في حاجه والدنيا فايره حتمشوا وين لما تدور الدايره بدل حاجه سفلي بري شفنا لما نجي كيف بيجري حريه سلام وعداله شعار ده في دمنا بيجري لو ما شفناها مدنيه 100 ثوره لسه بدري.
Thank you for tuning in. Allow me to reintroduce again who this is.
I am the spirit that harnessed the blood of the martyrs, the soul of the Nubians. Nigga, this isn't a movie. You're looking at the last living pharaoh, the roam with the humans. And I got the key to the future, the proof in my pseudonym. Go ahead and Google it. Dripping in the بلدي ما تخلي لك اللي بيقالوا قالينه قال بيقولوا وده مغترب وانا مالي ولا مالهم كلامه بيقى كتير اكيد بأمانة كده بدينا بدون نصيب انا براي بسكتهم دي بتكون بسيطة قفلوا لنا مجال وبنشوف طريق ابدا ما في عوج انا زول بريد عدم امامكم عشاني مرتاح نفسيا fuck nigga I ain't tripping about y'all let me give a little translation me I got a bone that'll pick on with the pitter patter man I'm over the bit of bullshit that doesn't matter man I grow in a dirty moment about to rap out of the whole circle around all them niggas around all the wonderful say I'm more particular now I'm more perpendicular to all of you parallels yeah and I'm still slumming like loot family borderline broke motherline boiling like milk that mean that I know that mean that I am not nothing like you yeah nigga move that shit I'm sticking true to my roots whoa
cut from the clouds to the ribbon of the Nile I can feel the love with the city on arrival we ain't no more feeling low we on a high note big red I see the dough is puffing right up name a white man who want a war without violence I run with the wolves and I eat with the lions when I take shots you can listen for the silence